Hello. It is 2021 Galactic time, and it's been a while. Um, no, I've not been in cryogenic suspension. After I hit Triple Elite, I stopped playing. I had no urge to come back and play, or there was nothing drawing me back in. I'd wanted to do the Guardian thing for a while, which is what this video is about, but just couldn't be bothered, basically, if I'm honest. But I've been doing this for a couple of days now, so I thought I'd share, because I've seen lots of tutorials on what to do and how it's done, but not really actually going through the whole motions of it. So we will be doing Guardian weapon blueprints, which we are at. If I bring this up, we are at Sinuef EQ EU-Q C21 10 A3, and when you get remotely near the planet, you get a thing that pops up on the scanner which says Guardian structure, and you just fly into that. Excuse me. So what I'd recommend for this is just get a ship with massive jump range. I bought a Diamondback Explorer, and I ripped the jump drive off my Asp Explorer, which had been engineered to grade 5. So I now get with this I forget what it is now, 48 light years jump range, which is, it's okay. Cover it in point defense. That's really all you need. Some shields, as good as you can get, and then strip it back. You'll need as big hangar bay for vehicles as you can. So I've got I think it's 2G, which gets me 2 SRVs. And head on out here. If you can get materials for synthesis as well, that helps. Repair the iron and nickel, and refuel, sulfur and phosphorus, and ammo. You'll use a lot of that sulfur and phosphorus. So a lot of people have got that kicking around in bucketfuls, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. But you will need to restock your ammo and what have you. So let's have a look at what we're doing. If I just bring this down here. So this is the location we're at, and we're parked about here, just off to the side here. This, I forget the person that did the tutorial. I'll try and put it in the comments section when I upload the video. It's a very good write-up on what to do, why you do it, and how you do it. I've taken some of it. I don't do all of it, and I don't necessarily do it in the order that they suggest, but it's a very good tutorial nonetheless, so I'll try and dig out the name on that shortly. So the idea of the Guardian blueprints unlocking and gathering Guardian equipment is to travel around this location. Up here there's a big structure, and when you scan any one of these, it can be any one at all. When you scan one of these, it will start a timer, and you get about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, something like that. And you basically got to go to the next one and scan that. You get another 6 minutes. Next one, scan that, and so on and so on and so on. And there's loads of time. I mean, I've made mistakes, got stuck, got shot at by little drone thingies, sentinels, and still had loads of time. 5 minutes left on the clock by the end of it. Excuse me. So the idea is we go around and we trigger all of these beacons. When you trigger the last one, it stops the clock. You come back here and you drop a relic on the little X marks the spot, and a big glowing ball comes out of the structure, and you scan it and you get a blueprint. Now along the way you'll trigger the odd sentinel here and there, and they'll pop up, and you've just got to shoot them with the SRV's cannons, and they will drop. What do they drop? Weapon parts, power cells, and a couple of other bits and bobs that you'll need along with the blueprint to actually get the Guardian weapons or the Guardian ships and things like that. Now, I don't think we can get the ships from here. I think this location is purely for weapons and possibly some of the other modules, but you will need to go to another location, which I haven't attempted yet, so I don't know where that is yet. I think it's another one of the xeno locations, but you'll need to go there and then do this all over again to gather up different kind of blueprints and different parts and things like that. So this is basically what it is. We're over here, we're landed, we're docked in the ship. We're going to come up here and we're going to have a mooch about and see what we've got. Now, the other thing that's going on here as well is this. So there are some data obelisks which you'll need scan data as part of the builds. You can get all of the different Guardian weapons up on Inara. So if you go there, if you just Google Guardian weapons Inara, it'll take you straight to it, and it tells you, you know, you need one blueprint, you'll need so many power cells, so many weapon modules, so many this, that and the other, and some data of some description. So it's worth having a scan of these data blocks as you're going around. And what I do is I get them scanned first while I'm bringing all the towers out. Now, the other thing that you've got on this this map is the ancient relics. Now, you only need one of these, and you can pick it up at any point before you do the X marks the spot bit, but you'll need one of those to drop on the target place. So I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get rid of that. There we go. So let's show you what I mean. This is where we are. Okay. I think it's... There we go. So this gives you a basic overview of the location. I haven't got a mouse pointer now, so I can't actually show you this. You can see where we are, like I say, on the map, and then you can pick out these various locations and structures. It's all fairly obvious. You only have to do it a couple of times, and it becomes second nature, although I'm sure I'll mess it up while we're doing this today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in my first SRV. Now I haven't destroyed this one yet. It's never got to the point where I've wiped it out. I have run out of bullets in the middle of a fight, and you just hide somewhere and get some more, you know, synthesize some more bullets. So the ground around here was pretty bad. So you'll have to sort of explore and find somewhere that you can get out the back of the ship for. Otherwise you'll be doing that reverse out from under the nose thing. So what we'll do first of all is we'll go and we have to bring up the pylons. You can do it while the timers are running, but it just takes time for them to appear. And of course when they appear, you'll trigger a sentinel. So what I do is I go around bringing up all the pylons out the ground and scanning the obelisks. And then I trigger the first and second one in quick succession. And that gives me the most amount of time to just drive around and do a scan. And again, you will get sentinels pop up from time to time, but it's not too bad. So, based on where we are, we'll go first. Now you'll notice I've got 4 pips to weapons. That, by the way, is... Triggered a post. Do a big sneeze. Blimey. There we go. So that is an ancient relic. Now we will need one of them, but we'll come back for that. So So over here is our first data point, so we're just going to target it and scan it. What's that? Pattern gamma. Okay, that's fine. That's not too bad. So relic. Just shoot the top bit. Don't forget to open your cargo bag. Leave your cargo scoop open for the whole time. I haven't had a snag on anything. So that's our relic that we need to unlock the whole thing at the end. So the rest of the obelisks are north of here. So what we're going to do is we'll just work our way up there. And this is one of those things we're waiting to pop up. Not like the other ones with the relics. This is the things we have to scan. And I'll show you what we do as and when we find them. From what I've found, you have to trigger the first two by the big structure before the others will pop out the ground. So let's get out of this. Yeah. And then there's one a bit further up. Like I say, once you there's the big structure, that's what we're going to be triggering. There it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all for obelisks. I think. No, we have another one on the other side. That's 3. Through here. Now there's these. If you've ever collected ancient artifacts, there's the tablet, the urn, something else, and another one that escapes me. You can collect them if you want to drop them off in the ship. They're salvageable. You can sell them, but they're not required for this particular mission. There it is. So. So that's all 4 scans. So if I just bring this back in. So we came along here, we scanned that one, we came up and through, scanned that one, up to this one, and we're now over here and we've scanned this one. So try and get a sort of a feel for the geography of the place. Right. So now we can start the process of bringing these pylons, these chargeable pylons out of the ground. Now that I've scanned those obelisks, I wonder if that's the key to bringing these out the ground. Although I have triggered one of, I can see it off in the distance, I have triggered one of those right up by the structure, so we'll go and get these. So, again, as far as what we've got, let's bring this in. So we've triggered this one, and it looks like that one's already triggered, so we'll go and get that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then they're all up for us to work with. Now what we do with these to actually activate them is shoot them with our SRV. There we go, it's popping out now. So we're going to shoot them with our SRV, but we're going to get them all out of the ground first because it makes the run easier. There's not been any sentinels as yet. Through here, and I always remember under the bridge, now this will bring out a sentinel. We've got 4 pips to weapons. And we've got to that. It usually comes up. There he is. Let's play into it. Okay, the reason why we have point defense is that these things have two attacks with one laser, where they just exactly and pure. You see I've already run out of weapon charge. So I'd already run out of weapon charge there, even though I'm on 4 pips to weapons, because it takes... I suppose if you used slightly better ammunition in the SRV, that would help. So what we're going to do, because we've activated that one already, we're going to come around and collect this, which is a Guardian wreckage part, which I'm pretty sure we do use. Sometimes they drop 1 bit, sometimes it's 2. Just gather it up as you create it. So now we're going to head down the side of the structures, and this is, if you remember the map, this is the left side or the west side of the map based on maps. And because we've got no pips on engines, we have no thrusters at all. So you've got to be careful when you're there you go. Most of them out. Huh. I told you. So we roll the ship over. And we've got 4 minutes on the clock. It means we've triggered a what's it? One of the beacons. Guardian. So, what we're going to do is, because we're here, come down, and we're going to zap that one. Now, you know if you've triggered something, because you charge up and you get a big light right at the top, so we've got some extra minutes here. So that's number 4, which is the bottom left of the map. Because it's odd that it's slightly straight away. So you see we're up to 7 minutes 20. So we've done these out of order. Normally we do these 2 first and then go left. Killed the sentinel that's over here. Bridge. You don't have to go full throttle, it's not a race. I mean, it's against the clock, but with no thrusters, it makes manoeuvring a little bit harder over bumps and rocks and things. Oh, I'm out of ammo, right. So, should have checked that really before I started. Synthesis, ammo restock, rearm.
Weapons rearms.
So if you don't get it dealt with, it discharges again. So now we've got the last one to get, which is over here. Now we haven't brought this out of the ground as far as I'm aware. So we're going to have to deal with sentinels here as well, but all we've got to do is get the pylon charged, and then we can deal with the sentinel afterwards. So that's another one of those ancient debris. See, so this is where it's easy to get stuck. I'm gonna.
Under attack.
Oh, there's two. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Dig ourselves out of this. Drop some bits we can go and gather. Let's go, there we go. Guardian technology. Is there anything else? Shit. No, right, it's fine. So, we've raised all the pylons there. We've scanned all the data. We've got rid of all of the sentinels. All we've got to do is drive up to this spot here, this glowing spot on the ground. And stop. And then that relic we collected, drop it on the ground. Target it, scan it, and you get some record blueprint segments.
Under attack.
Once you've scanned that, it does its little disco dance. Sentinel I can see behind me. There we are. Guardian technology component. And Guardian wreckage. That's fine, that's two more.
Under attack.
Sometimes they disappear over the skeleton. You have to go package components. And that's that. Head back over to the ship. Don't worry about dismissing the ship. Just leave it parked there. It's low gravity as well, 0.26 G on this planet, so you'll hit a pebble and you know about it, especially if you've got the thrusters to skip over. And then when you're done, board the ship, and if you quit when you come back, you'll be parked here still. It says it's a dangerous environment, so you have to be mindful of that. It'll take 15 odd seconds to quit. There we go, and to give you an idea, it's basically that rinse and repeat. So materials, so yeah, 30, 15, 80, 30, 30, and so on, and then data. Guardian weapon blueprint 7, so I've done 7 successful runs of this, and then there's the pattern data. Now I had a load of pattern data from when I was doing, what was it now? I was scanning one of the Guardian locations way back, versions ago, and I went around that and I got hundreds of it, and it was taking up cargo space, and I just chucked it, jettisoned most of it, and now of course it's become useful, so I've had to start collecting it again. But you'll need some of that as well. But then that's it basically. It's do that, log out, log in, you'll be back where you started, rinse and repeat. You'll need to check Inara, as I say, to make sure that you've got enough of each of the components to do the upgrades you need. From what I'm hearing, I did ask on Reddit what people thought was a good bug killer build, and it doesn't so much matter about the ship because you can only put 4 Guardian weapons on a ship anyway. But the Gauss cannons are being voted as the best weapon that you can get because you can use them for stripping down the shields and what have you with the interceptors, and then take on the hearts just with sort of like a Gauss cannon approach. Just blast it and you'll kill something. So yet to go and do that because I want to make sure I've got enough for the at least 4 weapons, which is it's quite a lot. You don't get one of each thing per run, thankfully, because Frontier fixed that a while back. So you'll get 6 of something or 4 of some things, and unfortunately, this is the only place to get them because it's not like you can go to a broker and just swap out, trade parts for parts. So this is really it as far as actually gathering the stuff together. So it's a bit grindy as usual, but I think it's worth it if you want to go down the Guardian route. So there we go. I hope that was useful. Have fun and see you on the next one. Hopefully won't be quite so long. Bye.